President Trump's so-called law enforcement capture of Venezuela's dictator Nicolás Maduro will be regarded a failure if it doesn't also mean democracy restoration, which may require more U.S. military force. Hi, I'm Tim Padgett, WLRN's America's editor, and this is America's Decoded, my commentary on Latin America, the Caribbean, and their key relationship with the U.S. Let me know what you think. From a visceral standpoint, I was delighted to see Venezuela's thug creep dictator, Nicolás Maduro, being perp-flown out of the country in U.S. handcuffs. But in my gut, I was also dismayed to see Venezuela's people still locked in their own shackles. Was the Maduro operation an unlawful act of Yankee neo-imperialism? Likely. And its success may embolden President Donald Trump in his Donroe Doctrine delusion that the Western Hemisphere is a U.S. subsidiary where he can arrest leaders he hates and annex turf he covets, like Greenland. But what distresses me most is that while Trump may have removed the brutal dictator, he's left the brutal dictatorship intact. The socialist regime's top goons, led by acting President Delcy Rodriguez, remain entrenched in power. And while there's been a lot of Trump talk about the U.S. now extracting Venezuelan oil, there has been too little about removing those Venezuelan autocrats. The administration insists Maduro's capture was a law enforcement move, since he was wanted on drug trafficking charges, and not a regime change action. But guess what? When you arrest a despotic head of state inside his own country, you automatically and astronomically raise regime change expectations. Which means that if law enforcement doesn't also mean democracy restoration, then its mission not accomplished, Mr. President. What should matter most to Trump is the freedom of Venezuelans, who are now under even more repression as regime agents try to round up those who supported Maduro's ouster.
Ciudadana Delcy Eloína Rodríguez Gómez.
I agree that stability matters if you want to set a transition path. Letting regime holdovers hold the reins for a period can smooth the way better than immediately installing a democratic opposition that doesn't have the backing of the powerful military. But Trump's false claim that opposition leader Maria Corina Machado doesn't have enough support or respect inside Venezuela to lead it, that's something else altogether. It's another worrying sign that a return to democracy is low on his agenda. Now, perhaps Rodriguez can collaborate with the U.S. Perhaps she can convince the rest of Venezuela's mafia leadership to usher in elections and accept amnesty exile to some chateau complex in France. Perhaps, however, she won't. Trump will then realize that collaring Maduro didn't preempt, but triggered expectations for regime change, and that restoring democracy in Venezuela may well require a larger U.S. military incursion there, if not outright boots-on-the-ground occupation, in which case Trump will discover the other guy he handcuffed in Venezuela was himself. If you like hearing my insights into the U.S., Latin America, and the Caribbean, subscribe to my Substack to receive my weekly commentary and new episodes of America's Decoded.